All right, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings, everyone. Incredible greetings. We are going to do some work in Silhouette Studio and Canva today. Oh, I know what I have to do real quick. Let me check my video and make sure that we are actually live, and also put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So let's go here and make sure that this video is kind of publicly broadcasted. Uh-oh, hold on one second. Let me turn this down. Oh, Jesus. Let's go here and make sure that the video is public and it's not going to only me, which of course it is. It would do that. And only be broadcasting to only me. So let's fix that real quick so we can get started. We're gonna go here. I have to remove myself, remove and save, and then add it back, just so that it's so weird to have to do that with StreamYard. Okay, there we go. Yes, I am live. And let's get this all shared out. Now, I am live also via Zoom. To get access to that Zoom, if you have an account on our 365 Creative Academy site, you don't have to purchase a class. You just have to have an account. We have an open community, open creative community on the 365 Creative Academy site. The link for it is in the description of this video. So you can click on that and it will take you directly to the community if you already have an account. If you don't have an account, it's going to prompt you to create a free account on our Academy site. Once you do that, you'll be able to head over to communities and join in and go to the events tab, and you'll be able to join in on the Zoom. So after I finish this live demo, I will be live on that Zoom just for a little bit more time answering questions from those who are in the Zoom room. So that is a perk of just being a member of our community over on 365 Create Learn.365 Creative Academy. So head on over to that. Like I said, the link for it is in the description. If you click that link, that takes you to the community. It'll either take you right to the community if you already have an account, or it will prompt you to create a free account on the site, and then you'll be able to join the community. All right. But what we're going to do today, we're going to do a little bit of what's this thing called? Work in Silhouette and Canva. So there was a post in one of the groups that I'm in, and she had a request to have her logo or a logo, I'm not sure if it was like hers or for somebody else, where she wanted it closer together. So as you can see here, oh wait, you guys can't see that because it's screen shared on the other one, but I'll show you guys. So basically it's a logo and it's just black and white, and she wanted the elements closer together. Posted in a Canva group hosted by my girl Tay Martin. So if you're into Canva, go over there. She always has like files. I don't really do like the design templates, but Tay does. Nola Gal. So go ahead over there if you are wanting to be a part of a thriving Canva community. But the post was there, and I'm like, you know what? This would be a great learning opportunity because I can show like the benefit of Silhouette. Because y'all know I'm a Silhouette girl all day, every day. I'm team Silhouette. But I do use Canva. I use Photoshop. I use Illustrator. I use a lot of different design platforms. And for this is one of those times where Silhouette really does shine and giving you a nice, clean version of this logo. We're going to be able to accomplish it in Canva. You have to have Canva Pro though, because you need to be able to remove the background so that it becomes transparent and the things kind of move together. So you will need Canva Pro for this. But if you have like Silhouette Studio, there is a way for you to completely trace it and then use like print to PDF. It's going to have a white background, or you can use like third party print to PDF, like Cute PDF, PDF Creator, There's a couple others, not bullzip. There's a couple other like PDF creators where you technically go like print and then you would choose that option. So that would be the way to do it, kind of like from a free version. You can also create it in Silhouette Studio, save it as a Silhouette file, and then use a third-party website to convert that Silhouette file into an SVG file. That SVG file can then be used with Cricut Design Space. If you have a Caesar or any type of cutter, you can also open up SVG files in, what are these folks called? Canva. So there are ways where you can use just the free version of Silhouette Studio and integrate it with other platforms. But that's a story for another day, because those are all totally different things and totally different breakdowns on how to do that. We do have videos. They're a couple years old. They're still relevant because the process is going to be the same. So if you look on our YouTube channel, Silaholics Anonymous, so if you just go to YouTube and type in Silaholics Anonymous, free SVG or convert SVG, something like that, that video should pop up in showing you how to convert a Silhouette file into a SVG file for absolutely free. Okay, but we're not going to do that in this one. We're just going to show the process of modifying and editing this logo to make them closer together. All right. So with all of that, I don't know if I said it. I am Shakia the Professor. Our company is HS365. We sell Reposition Inc. We have classes for Silhouette, Canva, designing, business, and all the things in between. And then of course, 365 Creative Academy is our Academy site, but we also have Silaholics Anonymous on Facebook and YouTube, and Honestly Speaking on Facebook and YouTube, where you can consume content. All right. So we're going to go ahead, jump right into this. Make sure that you guys give this video a like, share it out, tag a friend, and just comment and just say hello. And let me know in the comments what program you are using. Even if you're watching via Zoom, let me know what design programs do you use. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and add this to our screen. Okay. So we're going to start over here in Silhouette. Ooh, we're going to start over here in Silhouette Studio. And in Silhouette Studio, let's do this. Hold on 1 second. Okay. If you want to add an image to Silhouette Studio, so like you are on the internet, you can right click on it and hit copy. And once you do that, you will be able to, oh, wait, you know what? Hold on, y'all. I did say that I was going to broadcast, well, so that we can have the playback of this in the, I'm going to shut your video off just for a second, because I'm going to record. And when we record, we can't have videos. So let's go record, well, stream, live stream, YouTube, 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 YouTube. Okay, so there we go. That live stream is going. And as soon as it comes up, I'm going to officially get started, because I make sure that it doesn't time out on me. Perfect. All right, cool beans. Okay, there we go. And I now need to make this where all of you guys pop up. All right, so we're going to go there, and I can see all comments, I think. Actually, I can't, because I can't see these comments. Okay, So Tasha says she uses Silhouette Studio Business Edition. Hello, Sherry. Cool. Mary, thank you so much for tapping in. All right. So let's go back to it. If you are using, well, if you're getting your image, let's say from online, if you're on Google, like in my case, she posted the picture in a group on Facebook, you are able to right click on that. And then in Silhouette Studio, you're just going to right click and go paste. It will bring that in. You're going to see that you can do the same thing over in, actually I have to show this now because if once I start copying things, it's going to overwrite this copy. So I'm going to head on over to Canva real quick. Okay. And I'm just going to add a page here. So if I right click and choose paste, that paste right there as well. And all I did was right click and copy because it was from the internet. If it is something that is on your computer, you will not be able to just copy and paste. You'll have to drag and drop. Okay. So from the internet, you can copy and paste. From your computer, you are going to have to drag and drop. All right. So we're going to come back to this one. I just wanted to show that you can copy and paste. Now, when I brought this in, Silhouette Studio will show me the size. Once I'm on like the Zoom one, I'll kind of break that down a little bit more as far as bringing it, how to know the size and how to know the right size canvas to open up in Canva, because that'll make this demo way too long. But what I originally did, because I set it up over here, when I made it a little bit bigger, well, I didn't make it that big. I just looked at what the size was in Silhouette Studio, because once you open up a file in Silhouette Studio, it shows that to you, and you don't have to have it set to a design page. You're just opening it up. So when I looked at what size it was, I made a Canva canvas or design page to that size, so that when I saved it, I did not have a lot of extra and negative space on the top and sides of it for when I brought it back into Silhouette Studio. But if you're just using Canva, you won't really know that until you open it up. But then that's where Canva Pro will come in at, because once you kind of see that size, you will be able to resize your canvas so that it meets it on the top, bottom, and sides, and you won't have a lot of negative space, and it will be true to size. That was probably a mouthful. Let me know if that was a bit confusing for you, if you need more clarity on that, and I'll break it down in the Zoom recording. So once we have it in here, how you convert this to something that you can now edit and move around, because we can't move it around here, okay? We can technically split it up and move it, but you'll still have all of this white. So in Silhouette Studio, from the free version, all you have to do is trace it. So we're going to come over to this icon. I am using version 4.5. There is a version 5 out now. It looks a little bit different. However, the functionalities are exactly the same. So when you go to trace, it's going to look different, but you're going to do the same exact steps. You're going to click on select trace area, place your box around it. This is all black and white. This is perfect for this demonstration. It's going to automatically fill in with color because it is all black. Tracing loves, just the contrast of black and white. I typically always just take my scale down. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. From here, you're simply going to hit trace, not trace and detach, not trace outer edge. You are going to hit trace. Most people are conditioned to go trace and detach when they have an image, but that is not always the best route because it doesn't do any of the internal areas, and those areas would still be white. I'm going to click on this and move it out of the way. So we now see that we do have an outline. It's void of color, which it's supposed to be. So we're going to come over to the color palette at the top, or you can come to the one over here, which I have down here. And you're going to fill that in with color. And then you'll go to the line tool either here or up here at the top. And you're going to go to the color and make that no color. Now, this looks exactly like this. It simply just doesn't have the white background around it. Now we need to break this up. If you are enrolled in Essentials of Silhouette Studio, there is a shortcut that will allow you to avoid the next step that I'm going to do. But that is something that I only talk about in Essentials with Silhouette Studio. And I talked about it in some of my design classes, but that one, you gotta be in a class, all right? So we're gonna do this technically what's considered to some people the long way, but it is still a very easy, simple process to do. You're going to right click on that trace. And you know what I want to do first? I do want to simplify this because sometimes depending on how the trace is, actually this one did really good. If you have little bumpy areas or you have too many edit points, when you double click on you see those edit points, you can always hit simplify and that will smooth out some areas. It will change it slightly. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to undo. So you'll see it that way. And then if you just click on it, even once you have this open, if you just click on and hit simplify, you'll be able to see, it's a slight change. I think I like the original better. As I said, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. So once you go through that and see if you need to simplify it, you're going to right click and release compound path. This is scary for most people because it's like, whoa, what the heck happened? What happened to all of my inner parts? Why is this like this? Because they don't understand how that process works. But all is well, all is fine, as the logo says. It's not gone away. It's there. It's just because I removed the line color, it just looks like big color blobs. So what you would do is drag and select over the section. So I'm going to take Find Things, and I'm just going to make that a compound path. Again, I released it. I'm going to make it a compound path. All is well. We're going to come down here and do the exact same thing. Make compound path. Then I want to come through the center, making sure I don't select Find Things or For Her. And we're going to make that a compound path so that we get those open areas because there were a few, overlapping areas. Now that we've done that, we can bring these closer together. You can drag and select them, go up here to your alignment tool. The alignment is also here. You'll see that those icons look exactly the same. And if we center them, and it's pretty centered, right? Because someone things did say, hey, your logo isn't centered, but it actually is centered based off of how these are spaced. Now we're just going to bring this down. I'm going to hold down Shift because it'll make it do bigger increments to come down. So we're going to come there and then we're going to click on For Her, hold down Shift and hit the up arrow. And if I want to make sure they are evenly spaced, I'm going to select all three and then I'm going to go spacing horizontally. So it moved it just a little bit. And now I can group all of this together. This is done. If you have a Cameo machine or any type of machine, the Portrait, the Cameo, the Curio, any version of it. So from Cameo 1 or really even Cameo SD all the way to the Cameo 5 from 12-inch or 9-inch, with the Portrait to 24 inches, you would be able to cut this. You will be able to print this out for sublimation. You'll be able to modify this, add it to something like for a sticker. You can add it to letterhead. You can add it to print it out like on the back of something. Like what you do with it now is up to you. Because it is vectorized, you can also change the colors. If you want it, I'm going to ungroup this because I don't want the F touching this part here. So I'm going to bring that down just a tad. And we'll take this up just a tad, just so that it's about the same distance between the bottom of the G in this point and the bottom of the F in this point. So actually, no, that one probably can go where it was. If I wanted to now make these all individual colors, you can do that as well because it is now vectorized. Okay. I'm going to pause right here real quick. If you are watching this over on Facebook and YouTube and you have an account with on our 365 Creative Academy learning platform. So if you have an account on that website and you would like to be in the Zoom room where you will be able to ask questions by unmuting, you don't have to type it all out. You can, if you're at work, you can sneak it, ask it real quick. Even if you have to whisper, I can hear you. And I can answer that for you. You can join the Zoom room. You just have to go into your account, go into the free community. There is an event tab there. Click on that and you'll be able to join the Zoom. We will have about 10 minutes or so, depending on how many questions, 10, 15 minutes. After this live video has concluded over on Facebook and YouTube, I will be exclusively in that Zoom room answering questions. We have a few questions already in the chat ready for me to answer over in the Zoom. So we're going to do that once we're done with this demonstration. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and make this all black and group it together. Now we're going to save it. This tells me like the size of it. And now is when I will bring it to my design page. I'm going to click here to center it and then click here to zoom into this section. So I'll make this as big as possible because I've already done this. So this is not going to be the exact size because I think the spacing on it is a little bit different. Oh, actually, I did pretty good with that. I'll make this width 17 inches. Ooh, whoa. Why'd you do that? Because you are definitely locked. So why did you go all weird? Oh, that is so funky. Oh, that is weird. That it started to shrink and move. Like, it's not supposed to do that because this is locked. Okay, Facebook is experiencing some type of weird little glitch here. All right, so we're just gonna drag this out slowly to about 17. So at about 17, so this is actually 16.97 by 17.53. So if I come over here to my design page, I will make my width, I'll leave it at 17. And my height is at 7.53. So I'll just go ahead and make that 0.53. And I'm going to center to page again. So now it is right there. There is no extra space. I would then go and save this as a PNG. So file, save as, save to hard drive. And we're going to go to our drop down, select PNG. We're going to go for her logo, for finding things for the logo, demo, and hit OK. It is going to come up and give you the option to save it, different DPIs. So I'm going to go transparent background because I want it to remain transparent. Even if you take this all the way up, it's going to make this file way too big. It's not going to change anything. I'm going to just make this just for the sake of it to not go all the way up. I'll make it 400. So this is, I said 400. This is even higher than the standard 300. I'm doing air quotes DPI, right? So I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm also going to come in and I'm going to go file, save as, save to hard drive. You do have to have business edition in order to save in these formats: PNG, JPEG, SVG, PDF. You have to have business edition. It's a one-time purchase. You can head over to our website, shop.hsinc365.com, click where it says business edition, and you can purchase it for half of the cost it would cost you directly on Silhouette America's website. So we're going to come here and we're going to go PDF, and I'll just go here and also make this demo so I know this is the new one, and then okay. All right. I'm going to bring that back in, file, Oh, it's still responding. Still not responding, should I say. Okay, there we go. File, merge. I'm going to bring in that PNG that was demo and hit OK. And I'm going to bring this red over. Now, it looks pretty good. So the naked eye, like if you were just printing this on sticker paper, because that has a white background, none the white, like it would not affect it in any way, shape, or form. If you were to shrink this down and you were to print this, like, you know, you bring it, you design something, you have the PNG, if you use it for sublimation, it's going to look fine. It's going to look clear, everything. But the reason why it doesn't work for DTF is no matter what you do, for some reason, when it comes to Silhouette Studio, it puts this white outline around it. And the way that DTF works, when they select they create the channel for it and they go in and they select it anywhere there's like pixels going to pick up on, and it's going to make a white outline around this. Now, some DTF, some of them, they will contract when they do the channel, and they only maybe do like 5 points now or 2 points. Some people may do like 10. And if they do that, then it will kind of eliminate it, but it is still white. So it might still kind of like pop up, and like a lot of white might not be behind it. But for some reason, when you save, it gives you this white outline. Again, if you were printing like a sticker or something, that goes on white paper. So you wouldn't really notice it. If you had a pattern background, so let's say you created something and you want to add it to like a chip bag or something like that, you can somewhat see it, but it wouldn't be so bad, especially since that's going to be printed a lot smaller. But DTF, the way that it's made, you don't want to do it this way. For DTF, you do have to save as a PDF. You can take that PDF, open it up in Canva, save it as a PNG from there. It won't have that white outline. You can take that PDF, open it up in Photoshop, save it, then export it as a PNG. You won't have that white outline. Same thing with Illustrator, same thing with Inkscape, same thing with Affinity. You can bring that PDF in. It's going to come in with a transparent background, so you don't have to worry about that, and then export it as a PNG. That will work for you. But from Silhouette Studio, you cannot save it as a PNG if you plan to do DTF. You guys understand that? Put it in the chat. Understand, if you understand that you cannot save as a PNG from Silhouette Studio if you want to do DTF. Okay? So now we've done that. Let's head over to Canva to show how you'll be able to accomplish this in Canva. So we're going to and as you can see, like it's not taking up the full space. And I want you adjust the sizes of this. It's going to make it where you can really make it longer. The spacing is in between is what's making this seem different. So once we move it, we're not resizing anything or changing anything, but you now take up less space vertically, so you can make it wider horizontally. It's so weird, like how that kind of works. I'm going to duplicate this page only so I can have the original. So now that I have it scaled to size, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. If you have Pro, so you saw when I made that like smaller, it showed me the size. So 13.6 and the height is 7.5. I can use that to adjust, but I don't really want to do that just yet. I want to do it like afterwards. So you can also go to position and it will tell you what the size of that is, 13.6 and 7.5. So you're going to duplicate this 2 times. So you'll need 3 copies of this. 1, 2. They're going to stagger. So we're going to select all 3. We're still in position. You're going to be over here in arrange, and you're going to go middle and center. And now all of them line up. I'm going to recenter them on the page. I'm going to click off on this top one. You're going to take the crop line that's in the center on the bottom, and you're going to move that up right to where the G is. And then you're going to click on it again, and we're going to move this down. Then I'm going to click on the last one, and I'm going to move the top one down to the top of the element in the middle, and then move the bottom one to the bottom of the element in the middle. Now, I did a duplicate because I'm going to show you if you remove the background first, you just have to remove the background once. But I want to show you why you have to have Pro. It looks good here, but if I now bring this top one down to bring it closer, there's still a white background behind it. So if I bring it over like this, it's going to cover up the center. Some may say, okay, well, just move that center one to the front. Well, that's going to cover up the G. Same thing with this one. Okay. You have to remove that white background. You have to make it transparent. So I'm just going to come up here, hit remove background, click on this, remove background, click on this one, remove background. Now that they're transparent, you can see they're not overlapping like I did pretty good with getting that like in the right spot. Almost perfect. Now I'm able to make this bigger because I'm not taking up as much space on the top and bottom. So I can make it a little bit wider. And I forgot, I've already technically made this to the right side because I knew what it would be. But just for the sake of this, because there's a little bit extra right here, if we now group this together, it is, wait a minute, undo, position. So it's still 7 inches in height because that was the size of it. But the width of this is now 16.82 instead of, what was this? I think 17. So if you want to resize it, you can do that. So if I go resize, I'm going to go to custom, click off, because why are you not? Okay, there we go. Resize. I'm going to go to custom size. I'm going to make that 16.8, was it 82? And then 7.51. And make sure that's checked. You can do all of the pages, or you can say, I only want it to be the last page. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say current page. I only want the current page done. So we're going to hit done. And then I'm just going to resize this design. And it's going to adjust that where this one design, you don't see a big jump because I've already had it like sized up, but you would end up seeing that jump to where it became smaller. So let's say I make this, I'm going to purposely make this one a different size. So we're going to come here and go back to position. So this becomes 13.1. So I'll make this an even 14. And so my height, dang it, I dropped my mouse. My height becomes 6.25. We're going to go, click off. We're going to go to resize, custom size. And what did I say again? Oh, shoot, I forgot already. Hold on. Position and was 14 width, height is 6.25. Okay, so we're going to go resize, custom size. We're going to go width 14, 6.25. I only want to resize the current page. Done. Uh-oh, there we go. Wait, current page. I want to resize this design. Now, when I bring it to size, it will match. Now, it won't change the design itself, but it will make it to where if there was any extras, it goes away. Now, let me, you know what? Let me do it like this, because this is still proportional. I'm going to go to add a page, and let's make this custom size. Let's make it 24 by 24. Create new page. I'm going to bring this down to this page. So you can see there is a lot of extra space on this. Go to position. We're going to group that. So this is now 24 by 10.72. So I'm going to click off. I'm going to go resize, and I'm forgetting what the heck it is. 9.2. I should ask y'all to put it in the chat so I don't have to keep going back. My mind, a 10.72. Okay, so resize, custom size. My width is still 24 because I just took the whole thing out. And then 10 point, I forget. I don't think that's right, but is it 7292? One of those. My memory right now is shot. I don't know why. And we're going to resize only page 5. Resize this design. And now when we resize it, we don't have all of that extra. Oh, it's 7.2. We don't have all of that extra around it. So when you save it, it's going to save without all the extra stuff around it. So we're going to go share, download, PNG, transparent background. I'll just go current page, and you can change the size of it. Doesn't really make that much of a difference. And we're going to go download. And once that downloads, I'm going to undo because I want you to see why that is important. Like this, download, PNG, transparent background. We're just going to go download. I'm going to go back to Silhouette Studio, file, merge. I'm going to download. We're going to bring in this one. Where'd you go? Oh, it's right here. I have too many of these on the screen at this point. Let's move all of this over. And then we're going to go file, merge. This is the one that was a 24-inch. We're going to say OK. And this, you see how this has all of this negative space, and saying that this design is 24 by 24, but that's because of all the negative space. Whereas with this one, it is saying 24 by 10.92. It eliminated all of that negative space. That's why you want to shrink it down, because if you bring it over here, you're not going to know the true size, and you have to do trace and detach. Or let's say if you're trying to print it somewhere, like it's better for you to shrink it down and basically trim away all of the negative space. Now, here is the difference between doing a trace in Silhouette Studio and utilizing Canva just as is. We're going to resize this. Zoom in. This is the Silhouette version. That was the PNG. It does have the white outline around it, but if you come here to the one from Canva, it is very blurry. It is not a sharp outline from here. It is still pixelated and it's blurry around the edges. We're going to go back to Canva. I'm going to do a new page. I'm going to come here and I'm going to drag and drop that PDF that I saved from Silhouette Studio. So let me go to my downloads. I think is that where it's saved at? I want to say it down. It's saved in my downloads. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to come over here. Here it is for Find Things for Her demo. This was the PDF from Silhouette Studio. We're going to drag and drop that over here. If you wanted to know what all files you can open up in Canva, when you drag to drop, it literally shows you all of the different file formats that you can bring into Canva. So we're going to drop that. Nothing's going to technically happen. It's uploading it under projects, and it's going to show here. When you click to add it to, and I'm glad that did that. If you don't have a new page and you're on that page, it's going to delete whatever you have this. So if you did a whole design and how this stuff, you wanted to add this to it, if you're on a page that has a design, it is going to overwrite that and make it to where it takes over. So I'm going to undo. I'm going to make sure I'm on page 4 when I click on this so that it adds it to that page. I'm going to click on that and move it and say I can move that around. It is vector, so I'm able to click on this and make it blue. If we click here, you don't see that option to change the color on that. You can go into duotones, things of that nature, but I'm able to change the color of this because it is vectorized. That PDF came in a vector format, and you can click on this. Now, you can't change the individual lines like I did in Silhouette Studio, but you can change the overall color. So now I'm going to go share, download as a PNG. I only want page 4. So I'm going to do the PNG. We're going to go done, download. I'm going to bring that one into Silhouette Studio. But what I also want you to see is I'm going to group these together. And I'm going to bring this up here. And we're going to zoom in. Do you see the difference in this vector one and how smooth the lines are compared to this is still the original JPEG image that came in. It wasn't the best quality. So you have pixelation. But this one that we brought in from Silhouette that was vectorized and traced, it is a cleaner version than this. You can't trace in Canva. You can't really improve it. I even went through and I did the image enhance. It did not change it at all. It still did not give you clean cut lines. Okay. So now I'm going to come back over to Silhouette Studio. I'm going to go File, Merge, and this should be the one from Canva. And I got to go down here, and I'll just make the background red over here. So now do we see how different that looks? I'll even bring down, well, actually, no, I'll just take this one up to wherever those other ones are. Okay, so we're here. The top one is the PNG from Silhouette Studio. The second one is the PNG from Canva with the original image just modified. So that was the original, like, non-high resolution version. And the last one is from where we made it vectorized, or we vectorized or traced it in Silhouette Studio. There we go. We vectorized in Silhouette Studio. We saved it as a PDF. We brought that PDF into Canva and then exported it out, saved it, downloaded, shared it, however it says on there, as a PNG. So now you're going to see the difference in all three of those, okay? So look at the difference here and here. Oh, wait, I don't know, because I'm a little bit closer to my screen. Are you guys able to see that difference? Because I can't really tell from my monitor if it's picking up that there is a significant difference between these two. I'll try and zoom in a little bit more. Maybe that will show it. I think that shows a little bit better. But you should be able to see that it's kind of blurry on that top one. You look at the edges, it's not sharp. But you now look at this bottom one, and it's a lot cleaner on the edges. Are you guys able to see that?
We can't hear you.
You can't hear who?
You were saying something and it kind of went out.
Oh, I was saying you can unmute to Zoom. That if you can see the difference in the two. But yeah, she says the bottom looks much smoother. So yeah, the original, this is like going into it. So it might seem like it's more steps, but what quality do you want? What quality do you want your finished product to be? Sometimes one program by itself can't give you the quality that you need. Now, if you were to do this like over in Photoshop, could you technically get maybe do it all over there, but you have to know how to like select all the areas, fill it in with color, and then export it. So if you do it over in Photoshop, that's a place where you can kind of get this kind of sort of done all in one. But if you don't have that and you're looking for free or lower cost options, then this is what you'll have to do. And so this is the Canva one, and then the Silhouette one just as a PNG directly from Silhouette Studio. So you see that line on it, okay? But that is how you would modify this and save it. So hopefully this demonstration has been helpful for you. It gave you a little bit more insight and clarity on using Silhouette Studio, Canva, the features of both, like the pros and cons of both, where one shines at and the other may not, and how they can have a happy marriage. Like they can be in a relationship, okay? They can work together. They can collaborate instead of compete, all right? This is where I think that really does kind of apply. Collaboration over competition, like help make them work together. They can really help and assist one another. All right. If you would like to be a part of any of our classes, if you want to learn more about Canva, we do have an Understanding Canva class on our Academy site. If you head over to our website, shop.hsinc365.com, you will be able to enroll in that class from here and also build up your rewards points. So if you scroll down, you're going to see Understanding Canva. This is a prerequisite for our design classes. We are going to get into some designing, but I need to make sure that you understand what Canva can do, what it can't do, what you have to rely on apps for. before we get into the designing part in Canva, because I'm not going to go over any of that. We're just going to work on composition, layout, things of that nature. Also, if you are wanting to see how Shopify works before you commit to purchasing Shopify or investing any time in it, we have a session where I walk completely through Shopify, the good, the bad, the pros, how to set up products, talking about themes, showing your policies. Like it was a walkthrough. It was like 3-hour session. My regular Shopify class is 2 days of like 3 to 4 hours because we go through everything step by step. So this is a quick walkthrough, but it is very, very extensive. You would be able to set up your Shopify site. We have 2 options. You can attend the live session, or you can always purchase the playback. So if you want to just purchase the playback, you don't want to be there live, I'm going to leave this one up for a while because it is a little less expensive than coming to the live session. But we have another live session on the 14th, next Monday. So you can choose to get access to the session only. You can come in, ask questions. If you already have a Shopify, but you're experiencing some issues and you want to ask those questions, join the live session on the 14th. And then if you don't have a Shopify site, but you want to explore it, you have this option where you can attend the session, but you can also have us, our team, set up a developmental site for you. Within that developmental site, you will be able to fully explore it without paying anything monthly, even that $1, because the promotion for Shopify is you pay $1 for the first 3 months. But if it takes you 6 months to figure it out and design, if it takes you 4 months, you're paying that $1, well, $3 for the 3 months, but then you have to pay that $39. You have to pay $40, okay? But with this, you're able to go in there and play around with it, change stuff, try out different themes and things of that nature. And if you decide that you want to go ahead and make it live, whether it's 6 months from now, if it's a year from now, when you feel like you are ready for it, you just let our team know. We will be able to transfer that site over to you, activate that site, and you're still going to be able to take advantage of whatever promotion Shopify has at that time, but you're going to do that with a fully developed and fully designed site. So we'll be able to set that up for you and give you full access to your site to go in and design it. All right. But that is also on the website if you are considering Shopify. All right. But I thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me. Hopefully this was just as helpful for you as it was for me. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.